While cooking rice, I still use the ratio of taking 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. And ratio is nothing but comparing two quantities. Hi everyone, my name is Shraddha and in today's video we will understand what is ratio. We use ratios to compare two things such as maybe number of boys to number of girls in a class, or in a tournament the number of wins to number of losses of a certain team, or maybe to compare the number of fruits in a basket, maybe the number of oranges to apples or bananas. Hence, ratio is nothing but comparing quantities. Let's say I have a class in which we have 30 girls and 50 boys. So, the ratio of girls to boys will be 30 is to 50, which can simplified and be written as 3 is to 5. Suppose there are 25 girls in a class and 50 boys in a class. So the ratio of girls to boys would be, since the number of girls are 25 and number of boys are 50, the ratio of both of them is represented by 25 is to 50, and the is to symbol is mentioned by these two dots. I see that both are divisible by 10. So I will divide 30 by 10 and I'll get a 3 divided by 50 divided by 10 is 5. So the ratio of girls to boys in that particular class is 3 is to 5. Let's understand more of ratios with few more examples. Supposing in a tournament, a team wins 15 matches and loses 20 matches. So in this case, the ratio would be 15 to 20. And when simplified, since 15 and 20 both have a common factor of 5, if I divide 15 by 5 and 20 by 5, then I can also write this as 3 and 20 divided by 5 is 4. So the ratio is 3 to 4, or this is also called a 3 is to 4. Now in a basket there are 14 red balls and 16 green balls. So the ratio of red balls to green balls is 14 to 16. Again, both have a common factor of 2. So we will simplify this. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 16 divided by 2 would be 8. So 7 to 8 or 7 is to 8. Even if you're writing 15 is to 20, that is correct, but that is not the most simplified form of the ratio. Let's understand the ways in which a ratio can be represented. A ratio can simply be written as 3 to 5, wherein these two dots represent the ratio, or it can also be written as a fraction 3 over 5, which means one and the same thing, 3 to 5, or this can also be written in word form such as 3 to 5, and we can also call it as 3 is to 5. One thing here to remember is, supposing this 3 is mentioning the number of red balls and the 5 is representing the number of green balls, then the ratio of red balls to green ball is 3 to 5. But if I ask the reverse ratio, which is green balls to red balls, then the ratio would be 5 to 3. The ratio of green balls to the red balls will be 5 to 3. I hope you understood how to represent a ratio by mentioning the quantity 1, putting a colon and then mentioning the quantity 2. Also, simplify if needed. I'm going to give you a few questions now to solve. You can pause the video and attempt those questions. These are your questions. You can now pause the video and write the ratio of number of girls to boys in a class, number of cats versus dogs as pets, number of oranges to number of apples as fruits in a basket. Do mention your answer in the comment. I'm sure that you understood ratios from this video. If not, you can revisit, recap and listen to the video once again for a better understanding. Happy learning. Wish you the best.